If you're over 60 and you still start your mornings with that beloved cup of coffee, stop for a moment and listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you might surprise you. I know coffee feels harmless. It's the smell that welcomes a new day, the warmth that fills your hands, the comfort that reminds you of life's small joys. But after 60, that same comfort can quietly begin working against you. This isn't about fear or guilt. It's about awareness, about understanding how the body you've lived in for decades changes, and how something that once helped you wake up could now be silently stealing your rest, your bone strength, and even your energy. The good news is that you don't have to quit coffee. You just have to learn how to enjoy it wisely, because your body still has the power to heal, adjust, and thrive, and a few thoughtful changes can make all the difference. Mary from Arizona is 74. For nearly 50 years, she has loved coffee. The sound of the kettle, the smell of the beans, the soft swirl of cream turning black into gold. Coffee was her little ritual, her private joy before the world began calling her name. But slowly she noticed she wasn't sleeping well. She would fall asleep quickly and still wake up exhausted. Her blood pressure was creeping up, her hands sometimes trembled, and a strange jittery feeling would rise in her chest around mid-morning. Her doctor adjusted her medication, told her to relax more, to rest, but nothing changed. Then one afternoon, while watching a health talk online, she heard something that changed the way she saw her routine. The speaker explained that after 60, caffeine behaves differently, that our metabolism slows and our liver takes longer to process what used to move swiftly through the system. Mary realized she had never adjusted her coffee habit to match her changing body. It wasn't coffee that betrayed her, it was time, and time simply asks for gentler habits. That day she made 3 small changes. She stopped drinking coffee after noon, she waited an hour after taking her morning medication before her first sip, and she limited herself to 2 small cups instead of 3. Within a week, she was sleeping deeply again. The anxiety that hummed in her body disappeared. Her mornings became calm and focused instead of rushed. She didn't give up her ritual. She simply reclaimed control of it. So what's really happening? Why does something that once felt harmless begin to affect us differently? Think of your body as a brilliant machine that's been working tirelessly for decades. When you were in your 20s or 30s, caffeine entered, did its job, and left within 4 or 5 hours. By 60, that same caffeine can linger for 8 to 10 hours or more. It's like pouring water into a slower draining sink. The water eventually empties, but it takes longer, and the overflow affects everything around it. When caffeine lingers, it keeps your heart rate slightly elevated, your blood vessels a bit tighter, and your nervous system a little too alert. It tells your body to stay ready for action long after you're supposed to be resting. For a younger person, that's a minor inconvenience. For someone over 60, it can mean higher blood pressure at night, lighter sleep, restless legs, morning fatigue, and that foggy feeling that makes you think aging is to blame. But it's not always age, it's buildup. Your liver and kidneys simply move slower, your adrenal glands react more sensitively, and caffeine stays in the bloodstream like an uninvited guest who doesn't know when to leave. Let's talk about sleep for a moment. Most people assume that if they can still fall asleep after drinking coffee, they're fine. But falling asleep and sleeping well are not the same. Caffeine blocks a chemical called adenosine, the signal your brain uses to relax into deep, restorative rest. You might close your eyes and drift off, but caffeine keeps you hovering in shallow sleep, the kind where your brain never truly repairs and your muscles never fully recover. You wake up feeling tired but don't know why, so you reach for another cup. That second cup pushes the cycle forward, and suddenly your comfort drink has become the very reason you're exhausted. It's a quiet loop millions of seniors live inside without realizing it. The solution isn't to abandon coffee, it's to understand timing. If you stop by noon, your body has enough hours to clear most of the caffeine before bedtime. Think of it as giving your body permission to rest again. But coffee affects more than sleep. Few people realize that caffeine acts as a mild diuretic. Every cup you drink prompts your kidneys to flush a little more water, and along with that water, important minerals like calcium and magnesium leave too. For a young body, that loss is replaced easily through diet. For older adults, especially postmenopausal women whose estrogen levels have fallen, every milligram of calcium matters. Over years, a few cups a day can add up to a silent erosion of bone strength. You can't feel it. You don't see it. But bone scans reveal the story, a gradual thinning that leaves the skeleton more fragile, the balance more delicate. People blame age for the stoop, for the back pain, for the fractures that appear after a small fall, yet part of that story is written in the steam of their morning mug. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to help you protect the strength you already have. By simply keeping coffee moderate and spacing it from calcium-rich meals or supplements, you preserve more of what your body builds each day. And then there's what hides in the cup itself. Many people over 60 decide to go lighter or cut sugar and reach for the bottles that say sugar-free or low-fat on the label. It feels like a responsible choice, but the truth printed in small letters on the back tells a different story. Flavored creamers often contain hydrogenated oils, trans fats disguised with fancy names, plus corn syrup solids and chemical sweeteners that confuse your metabolism. Instead of steady energy, they cause insulin spikes that tell your body to store fat around the belly. That's why even seniors who eat modestly sometimes notice stubborn weight gain or inflammation they can't explain. Your body doesn't recognize those lab-made ingredients. It reads them as stress. The solution is simple. Go back to basics. A splash of real milk, a touch of cream, even a teaspoon of natural sugar will always be safer than a cocktail of chemicals pretending to be healthy. Real food supports real health. Another silent issue comes from how coffee interacts with stress itself. Caffeine triggers your adrenal glands to release cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. When you're younger, that surge gives you alertness and focus. But after 60, your baseline cortisol is already higher. Life's worries, years of responsibilities, lighter sleep, all keep it elevated. Add coffee on top, and it's like shouting into a microphone that's already turned up to maximum volume. The result is that jittery heartbeat, that sudden wave of anxiety, that feeling that something's wrong even when everything is fine. It isn't weakness or panic, it's chemistry. Your body is asking you to slow down. Drinking coffee when you're already stressed tells your body there's danger when there isn't. By spacing your first cup after breakfast or pairing it with protein, you cushion that hormonal surge and turn panic back into peaceful energy. There's also a danger few people ever hear about: coffee's interference with medication. Millions of seniors take thyroid medicine or bone-strengthening drugs each morning, and most of them wash those pills down with coffee. It feels harmless, but coffee's acidity and compounds bind to the medication, blocking absorption by up to 60%. That means you might be taking only half the dose your doctor prescribed without realizing it. Then you wonder why you're still tired, why your bones still ache, why your numbers don't improve. It's not the medicine, it's the timing. Always take such medication on an empty stomach with a full glass of water, and wait 1 full hour before that first sip of coffee. It's a small delay that can change how your body responds for the rest of your life. So what can you do? Think of 3 gentle rules as your new morning rhythm. The first is the 12 o'clock rule. No coffee after noon, not even decaf. This gives your body the hours it needs to clear caffeine so you can drift into real sleep. The second is the 1-hour rule. Take all medication with water only, then wait at least 60 minutes before your first cup. You'll feel more alert naturally because your medicine is finally doing its job. And the third is the 2-cup rule. 2 real cups a day, not oversized mugs, not refills. That's enough to enjoy the taste, the ritual, and the antioxidants without overwhelming your body's slower processing speed. Within days of following these rules, you'll notice deeper rest, steadier moods, better digestion, and fewer of those mysterious afternoon crashes. The goal is not to remove pleasure, but to restore balance. Now here's a lesser-known truth that surprises even doctors. Your evening fatigue might not come from lack of caffeine, but from dehydration. Caffeine subtly drains fluids, and most people don't drink enough water to replace them. Just a 1% drop in body water can reduce mental clarity and suppress melatonin, the hormone that guides your sleep. That's why many seniors who switch to herbal tea or warm water in the evenings report feeling calmer and sleeping longer. It's not magic. It's simple restoration. Water is the silent medicine your body understands best. For every cup of coffee, add 1 extra glass of water during the day. You'll notice the difference in your skin, your alertness, and even the steadiness of your heartbeat. When you start treating coffee as a friend to be respected instead of an automatic habit, something beautiful happens. Your mornings regain peace. The energy feels natural, not nervous. You start noticing little joys again, the sound of birds outside, the slow rhythm of your breath, the simple gratitude of being alive. Aging doesn't take away your ability to change. It refines your ability to choose what truly serves you. Coffee, used wisely, can still be part of that joy. It's not about giving up what you love, it's about loving it with wisdom. Imagine waking tomorrow and trying this. Wake up, drink a full glass of water, take your medication if you have any, and wait an hour. Use that hour to stretch, breathe, maybe sit by the window as light fills your room. Then prepare your coffee slowly, with gratitude. Sip it without rushing. Enjoy it as a ritual of mindfulness, not dependence. Stop after your second cup, switch to herbal tea or plain water after noon, and notice how your body feels that evening. Within a few days, you may find yourself sleeping through the night without interruption, waking rested, calmer, clearer. These are not miracles. They are biology aligned with respect. If you've spent years feeling that fatigue, that fog, that restless energy that no nap can fix, maybe it's time to look at your morning differently. Maybe it's time to be smarter than the coffee. Age doesn't weaken your body's wisdom, it magnifies it. Your cells still know how to heal, your heart still learns peace, your mind still sharpens when given rest. All you need is patience, consistency, and self-respect. Those 3 qualities do more for longevity than any supplement ever could. So tonight, as you set your mug on the counter and prepare for another day, remember this: your body is not broken. It's evolving. It's communicating with you through the quiet signals you once ignored: tiredness, sleeplessness, tension. They are not punishments, they are requests. Your job is simply to listen. Start with 1 change, no coffee after noon. Then add the second, wait 1 hour after medication. Finally, limit yourself to 2 cups and let your body rediscover its natural rhythm. You'll soon feel what Mary felt: deeper sleep, calmer mornings, steadier energy, and a return of something many people think age steals: vitality. If this message resonates with you, share it. Because there's someone out there, maybe a friend, maybe a spouse, who still wonders why they can't sleep or why they feel tired every morning, and your share could be the gentle nudge that helps them take control again. That's the purpose of this channel, to remind you that wisdom doesn't come from avoiding life's pleasures, but from understanding them. You can enjoy the things you love and still protect your health. Balance, not restriction, is the path to peace. Your body remembers how to heal. It's waiting for you to notice. Start tonight, stay consistent, and watch how life responds. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to Golden Wisdom for more weekly lessons that blend science with heart, knowledge with encouragement, and habit with hope. Because after 60, every sunrise can still be the brightest one yet, and the simplest rituals, done wisely, can give you back the strength, calm, and joy you thought you'd lost.